Hi everyone, this is Men's here. I'm going to be playing the new Winter Showdown mode that just appeared on the World of Tanks North American server. Now, this tank is an 8-bit mode, kind of like the Carl mode that took place last year or a while ago, and a lot of people liked it, so they brought it back in a way. Now, this one is a lot more in depth than the Carl mode. You have three tanks. You have the Mammoth, you have a tank called the Polar Bear, and also the Arctic Fox. Polar Bear, as you see, is based on the AMX-50 Foch. Arctic Fox is based on the T-52, but it's tied to the LTTB light tank, and the Mammoth is based on the T-110E5. Now, you get new crews for them, and they have enough to be able to basically be 100%. You don't have to worry about that. However, after the event is over, any experience you own on these tanks will be transferred to the Tier 1 tanks in the American, French, and Russian lines. So you do get quite a bit of free experience after the event. And after the event as well, any crew members you have in here, whether you use these, or say if you take any one of your crew members out, say if I took my E5 and put it in here and retrained it, any crew members in here will be retrained to their respective tanks. So the Mammoth will be retrained to the T110E5, the Polar Bear AMX-50 Foch 155, I believe, and the Arctic Fox will be retrained to the LTTB light tank. Now you can find a link in the video description below that brings you to the World of Tanks page, and there's a nice little video going over everything for the Winter Showdown mode if you're interested in that. Now, something else that takes place in the Winter Showdown is platoons. As you see, there's a bunch of snow up here. You can create super platoons up to 5 players. So it's a pretty interesting thing because you can bring a lot of people into a battle. Now, in general sense, the Mammoth, lots of HP, decent amount of damage, not very fast. The Arctic Fox as a TD, you have a pretty big gun, less HP, and is decently mobile. On an Arctic Fox, little pew pew gun, not a lot of damage, rapid rate of fire, low hit points, but it's very quick. And one thing to keep in mind, you can buy special rounds. Granted, they are kind of expensive compared to the regular rounds, and they will heal people in your battle. So it's just something to keep in mind, because say you want to heal somebody, you can just shoot them and heal them. You have to use these credit rounds though, and unfortunately they are kind of expensive. So it's not something that you're really going to use a lot, because a lot of the missions don't really revolve around either winning or doing like healing people. So basically, they're just something that's a good idea, but in practice, they're not necessarily functional in the game. But as you see, you have a lot of ammo that you can load up, and they don't exactly fill out your tank. And then just going over, just keep in mind that there is missions. You get a medal for winning a battle. You have to complete 25 battles with at least 500 HP. You get a lot of credits, free experience, and also crew experience. So this is pretty interesting because it does open up the option of, say, plopping your E5 crew in here, playing this a ton, and you can get a lot of crew experience. And then there's just other ones based on damage caused, and that's pretty much it. And then a platoon one as well. So I'm gonna hop into a battle here. So keeping basically what you know of the Carl mode in mind, these tanks, at least the Mammoth and the Arctic Fox, can move their turrets. You have to keep in mind that you can kind of peek at the map and see where people are destroying the little blocks here, just to kind of keep an eye on where people are because it gives you a very good clue, and you can't really spot people very well at the beginning, even though the map's pretty small.
Time to roll out.
But as far as completing the missions and getting a lot of credits and experience, don't worry too much about winning. You just really want to get out there and do damage to be able to complete these missions, since most of them are damage based. And as you see, they do destroy walls 3 because it has a little bit of a auto-loading gun. The Mammoth, even though its listed stats don't look too great, as you see, it does fire 3 shells, so it's a lot better than it appears. Now the tank destroyer is still going to do more damage than the Mammoth tank, but to me the Mammoth is the better choices right now because it has a lot of HP, a pretty decent gun on it, and has pretty decent mobility as well.
Penetration.
I need to back up here because I'm against 2 tanks. It's granted this mode's kind of for fun, but it all just boils down to playing good with your team. I'm just gonna start backing up just to help these guys out. But normal flanking tactics and stuff does work in this mode, which I guess missed this guy, so I'm probably gonna be fucked. No. And I was destroyed. But pretty much, if you want to win, just ball up with your team because the team that sticks together is going to win this mode pretty easily. And the healing rounds don't exactly work well enough to justify using, and they are more expensive than the regular rounds, which kind of defeats the purpose of playing this for fun if you're spending more credits to play it. And switch over to another tank. Now the polar bear, it doesn't have a 3-round burst, but overall it does have the biggest gun out of all of them. Just keep in mind that you have a lot less HP than the Mammoth tank, and you shouldn't really fight it one-on-one unless if you're fighting against some idiot like me and you pretty much give them free shots because you kept messing them. And I'm just going to mention again that there is a link in the video description below that brings you to the official World of Tanks page, and there's a nice little video explaining all of this about the winter mode. Now me, I haven't played this mode a ton yet, but personally it's nice that they've been doing little things like this because while it doesn't exactly add too much to the game, it is a nice little feature because a lot of people like that Carl mode, and this is clearly better than it, and with all the missions tied to it, you can easily rack up a ton of credits, free experience, and crew experience for your team. Come on, people. Don't know how someone is capping our base yet, but whatever. Let's just go in after this guy. The hell, dude? Come on, keep going. Ain't no time to sit still. The fuck? Kidding me? Okay. I want to get by you. I don't get why people are so afraid of dying in this mode. It's for fun. Rush out there. Shoot something. Freaking idiot. But I might as well just go after this tank. Which... the TD is the slowest of the bunch in my opinion because it can't really turn very well. And there's a lot of turns in this map. I'm just kind of failing on all levels here. Okay, this guy's probably gonna turn. Where the hell is he heading? Seriously? Now he's just playing games with me. Screw it, I'm just gonna head this way. I knew that this TD was still sitting back here. So at least I can take him out. But this mode, I do recommend trying to do the super platoon if you can, because basically you have another mission unlocked for you, and playing with 5 people, especially if you're working together and you can ball up into a group and work together, you can do pretty well and win most of the matches that you're put into. Now he's probably gonna kill me here. If he knows how to fire. It doesn't look like he actually tried to shoot me, but whatever, I'll take it. As you see, there's no real cap circle here. There's one in the middle, but unlike the Carl mode where each team has a cap circle on their side, there's not one in this. It's in the middle, which is nice. A lot of people fight over it, but overall it's not exactly worth fighting over. So as you saw over there, you get X amount of credits and experience for each battle, regardless. There's a victory and a defeat, you get nothing. So while it is nice to work for a victory, as you see here, you still get a decent amount for just completing the missions. So you do get more for winning, but if you just complete the missions, then you're going to get a decent amount of credits, crew experience, and free experience. So I just hopping into the Arctic Fox here to show off the last tank of this Winter Showdown. Now, the light tank's probably the worst tank in this mode, only because while it's fast and its guns fires fast, it doesn't have a lot of HP, and once again, the healing rounds are pretty useless, so it's better just to go with a Mammoth or the TD for the added firepower. Now, light tank, yes, it can get around to where it needs to be, kind of scout a little bit, and support your teammates, but overall, I find the other 2 tanks to be a little better. I'm just gonna cut a hole here for my team, since they're a little bit behind. I don't want to push out here on my own. Seems like most of my team is going on the other side though, so I'm gonna head that way. Now, even though the healing rounds are a little useless, personally, they're not useless, but they don't work as well, in my opinion, as the other rounds. You still can do pretty well with your light tank by healing, because okay, are you gonna just hide from me? I'm trying to help you here. I'm adding whatever, dude. Just trying to show that off a little bit, but we have that idiot who thought I was killing him when his HP was going up. Okay, it's just... I'm healing you. Can't heal what's dead. Now if you shoot an enemy with it... No, I thought that was one. You do damage to him. But once again, they are expensive, so there's no point in actually doing it to enemies because you're going to be wasting a lot of credits. Dude, you don't need to frickin' fire at me. Now, I did shoot him with a regular round there. You know, unfortunately, we're going to be overwhelmed here. No, don't hide. Nobody likes people who hide. Or at least I don't. Let's just take him out there. But just doing damage and focusing on that, you'll complete the missions. You'll still get a pretty decent reward in the process. And unfortunately I died because most of the matches, it all boils down to which team stays together and basically gets the early lead. This guy's probably not going to last long. But unlike the Carl mode, which people mainly played for the sheer fun factor of it and it being pretty hilarious to play, this mode, it actually gives you an incentive to at least complete this 25 battle one, since you get a pretty hefty bonus to it. But as you see, I lost since I didn't get the victory one. It does decrease my actual earnings, but you still get 1500 experience, 1500 crew experience, and 10,000 credits, which the credits don't really matter. They just basically cover the cost of playing the game, especially if you're using the healing rounds, which, as you see, they pretty much negate most of your profit margin, which, yeah, but you're not really playing this for profit margin except for the missions. But overall, winning, losing, don't really worry about it. Play the match for fun and just play it for your 25 battles to get this pretty hefty reward here. It's definitely a lot of credits and experience, and just keep in mind T110E5 for the Mammoth, AMX 50 Foch 155 I believe for the Polar Bear. I might be wrong, and it might be the tier 9 one, and the LTTB for the Arctic Fox light tank. So you're capable of putting crews you already have in here, and then at the end of the event they retrain for free back to your respective tank, which is nice. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website, wotguru.com.